A FAM production for all things mattress. FAM.news.
It's going to be one of the biggest line launches in this company's history, and it's coming up at Summer Las Vegas Market. Plus, what is happening boots on the ground in Vegas? What do you need to know about Market, whether you're going or not? It's happening today on the Dos Marcos Show.
Welcome to the Dos Marcos Show with Mark Kinsley and Mark Quinn, where mattress and furniture leaders gather to grow, get the inside scoop, tell stories, and take tequila shots.
Uno, dos, tequila!
Welcome aboard. Here's your passport to a planet filled with the mattress industry's brightest minds and biggest ideas. Meet your guides.
I'm Mark Kinsley, President and CEO of Englander.
And I'm Mark Quinn, co-founder of Spink & Co. and VP of Sherwood Bedding.
Together, they are Dos Marcos.
The galaxy's greatest mattress podcast has liftoff in 3, 2, 1.
Everybody, how you doing, Mr. Kinsley?
Good, Mr. Quinn. Coming at us from Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. And Kinsley, I'm here for the National Junior Olympics program with AAU, the organization.
I didn't know you qualified to compete. I'm really proud of you.
They have an old man category. I'm pretty excited about it, actually. No, it was my 17-year-old son, soon to be a junior in high school, qualified for the high jump and for the 400-meter dash. So anyway, we were here yesterday, and it was the day for the high jump. So I'm watching these races, and I love being at these meets because you see all these kids who've come from all over the country to participate. They're so excited. And there are these little girls, they're like 7 years old, running the 400. Well, that's all the way around the track, and these little kids, So this one little girl gets around turn like 3, and she stops in the middle of running, and all these kids like fly by her, and I'm like, what's wrong with this kid? And she leans over and throws up, like, I guess someone gave her a slushie or a red Gatorade or something before, because it was all red. So she's throwing up. She takes 15 seconds at least to throw up 3 different times. Okay. Then she just wipes her mouth off, and then she starts to run again. She finished second. She finished in second place. And I'm like, I couldn't see as you went around the final turn because there was some stuff in the way. And then sure enough, I see the leader come out from behind this obstruction. And then here comes that little girl. She's just chugging along. So the moral of that story is never, ever, ever, ever give up. She got her silver medal in the event. I was so impressed.
She definitely gets the Dose of the Day award for coming in second and having thrown up. Puke and rally, baby. Just puke and rally. Even if you're 7 and you're going into turn 3 at the Junior Olympics, you just get rid of that red Gatorade and go continue to beat up on people.
Oh, no. Everyone passed her. I'm like, this poor kid. She's going to be so upset. She might be embarrassed. Her parents are probably mortified. Oh, my baby's out there. She's sick. And, her whole opportunity's blown. And then she just comes in second place. I couldn't have yelled louder. I was so happy for that kid.
Well, if anybody knows about things going chaotically on a big stage, it's us. We've done it at Nationwide Primetime in the past, and we're about to do it again. Who knows what's going to happen?
Well, we don't know. That's the fun of it, isn't it? So everybody, 15th through the 17th in Nashville, Tennessee. We can't wait. Monday night, Kinsley. We know Little Big Town's going to be performing, but maybe better than that. I don't know. We're performing at Mattress University during the 3rd hour of that, and we're really excited because if you've been paying attention to the show, we've done a huge deck of consumer research, and with Jeff Rose, who's a beast, and he's going to be awesome up there working with us to get this information into that audience. Nationwide partnered with the FAM for the research. We're presenting it. Can't wait. Kinsley, here's a question for you. How many people have bought a mattress without ever having tried it online? Number one. So that's an interesting question because everyone has an opinion of that. But more importantly, how many of them would do it again? And so that's one of the many things. Not only are we going to give you the answer, but Kinsley and I are going to give you some insight, we think, in what is important for you to know about that and how you react. So do not miss it. It's at 3:00 in the afternoon on the 16th at Nationwide Primetime. You got to be there.
And if you want to find out how to get this research of over 2,000 mattress buyers who purchased in the past 12 months, you want to get the research? Text us 843-MARCOS-2. 843-MARCOS-2. Adrian, can you type in the chat what the actual number is? I always forget, and I'll give it to people. But we've gotten so many texts through our podium number for people that want this research. And Quinn, you just outlined it. I mean, how many people bought online in the past 12 months? How many people didn't try it but would try it again or would do it again without trying the mattress? How many people shop local? We're talking to independent retailers, and there's a huge piece of this research dedicated to that shop local, and we cannot wait to share this with you. So text us 843-MARCOS-2, and we'll give you that number here in a minute. And also, the Grant Webb Band?
Yeah, Grant Webb. I've got my Grant Webb t-shirt on. We're going to see him hopefully in Nashville. Check that out.
Nice.
How about it?
We had a chance to have dinner with Grant and his crew at the last Primetime. Amazing people, phenomenal musicians.
Incredible.
And speaking of phenomenal partners we have, we're just super fans. Like I'm a fan of door counts.
No doubt.
I'm a fan of Brad, and I'm a fan of Jerry and Amber and Jack and the whole crew over there. And look, if you haven't checked out door counts, maximizing every piece of foot traffic that comes through your door must be a top priority because you spend money to get them in. You spend money to swing that door. So what's happening with them? What if an NBA superstar comes through your door and you never know about it? With door counts, you do. And it's 3 easy clicks. Click of a button, you get them connected to your salespeople. It's that simple. So the second click of a button, hey, what happened? Sale, no sale, or potential sale? Third click, all your key performance metrics by the minute, anywhere from any device, so you know what's happening in all your stores. Check it out, doorcounts.com. Tell them we sent you. Tell them Dos Marcos sent you.
Kinsley, have you packed
if we
yet?
Can help, let us know.
Have you packed for your trip yet?
Well, as a matter of fact, packing is
Vegas
easy.
is coming up. You got to be packing for your trip. And look at that! You're
look at that. It's a handy dandy little fam travel kit from our friends at colonialpromotions.com. It's actually a global travel kit. It's got a sleep mask, one of my mandatories, earplugs, another mandatory. And then if you got to make your mop look good, you got some shampoo, you got a little deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste, tissue. And your branding for your customers to promote your business can go right on the side of this. This is the fam version. When you go to colonialpromotions.com, Wes, Tim, and the crew over there. And if you're interested,
stop it. Look at that.
Describe it to our listeners.
Well, it's beautiful. It's blue, and we have a Dos Marcos repeat logo running all over these socks. They're blue with navy trim at the top and on the toe. And I am thrilled to death, although I don't know if they have ugly sock contests, but you might win if you have our faces on your feet. Just saying.
These are the funnest socks. Literally, whenever Colonial Promotions sent this to us, I just started busting up laughing. Like just seeing your hilarious cartoon face beside my face on these socks, like brought joy to my face. And I'm like, this is what happens whenever you use colonialpromotions.com for your swag needs and your branding needs. They do way more than the top of bed that they're known for in the industry. They've been making hats since 1979, of which we have one in that box behind me, the fam hat. So check them out, colonialpromotions.com. Tell Wes and Tim and the crew that we sent you and holler at us so we can help. You can always text us 843-MARCOS-2, which is 843-627-2672. We'll help you out.
So Kinsley, I feel like the fact that we've done 225 episodes, written a book together, and have created the fam.news website full of media articles and information about sleep as well as industry podcasts, that's an accomplishment. However, I really think that having our face on socks is got to be like right at the top of all of those things. So I just want to officially say, Colonial, thank you for helping us feel like we've done something.
I think I just have my headstone carving. Face was on socks.
What did you say?
That'll be carved on my headstone. His face was on socks.
As a clear indicator of success. Right. So, hey, Kinsley, market is coming up, and you have been very busy boy. You have been a very busy boy. Englander is going to be at market. And you guys are announcing a Supreme collection of 14 new beds. And this is the biggest launch in Englander's history.
It's the biggest launch for sure in at least 2 decades. probably longer. So we started off with our Dreamer collection in 2020, January 2020, got it into the marketplace. The people that picked it up have just smashed it, which is phenomenal. But, everything came to a grinding halt. So we're really excited about the Supreme collection. And it is a 14 model lineup that is packed with value. And I tell you what we did. We went and we evaluated sleep shop floors from very dominant chains. And at those price points, we decided to deliver overwhelming value to the consumers. So you as a retailer can look at this side by side and very clearly explain how much more value you can find in these Englander mattresses compared to some of the major chains. And on top of that, they look great and they feel phenomenal. So what else do you need? Come by and see it for yourself. I'm going to be in C1596, just anchored there, just anchored to C1596, just waiting on you, masked up with open arms. And that's the other thing. Las Vegas, the city of Las Vegas, has a mask mandate in place for the entire city. Had a friend just got back, said she felt very safe, but you should know that heading in to market that even though you're inside, you got to have your mask on. So just something to keep in mind. But look, the industry is coming back with some of the rhythm of the road here, and it's happening. It's all unfolding.
We should offer something up to our audience. If you're a retailer and you carry Englander, Sherwood, and Spink & Co., or any version of the three, then they should get some kind of bonus like Dos Marcos socks, for instance.
Hey, I like that.
You know what I mean?
Hey, if we can get somebody to say, yeah, I've got either Englander Sherwood or Englander Spink & Co. on their floor, that might be some sort of wormhole to another universe. So please let us know, and we definitely will toss you a FAM hat for sure.
Yeah, the FAM's favorite retailers are the ones that carries our stuff. No,
we appreciate you being part of the FAM. Yeah, you're officially part of the FAM if you've done that. But yeah, we're really excited. I mean, about market. I mean, look, it's a weird time. It continues to be a weird time. We understand that, but we're pumped, man, because this Supreme collection for us, Quinn. We're going to fill in a lot of price point gaps that were present in the Dreamer collection. Dreamer collection was designed to be the mattresses you'd recommend to your mom. Well-made, latex and pocketed coils, latex and micro coils, just these phenomenal builds that you want to give to your best friend. So when we did that, though, we had to come out with mattresses that looked and felt great and checked all the boxes. But now we're going to fill in price points from $7.99 all the way up to $39.99. So imagine that, 14 models in the collection from $7.99 up to $14.99. And again, we're going to build on the success of the Dreamer collection, fabric wrap coil units, copper infused latex, copper infused visco foam, our 3-degree open air micro coils, cool touch top panels, all the meat and potatoes and pizzazz that you need to compete and win. It's all happening. So we're pumped, man. We're really excited. As you can tell, I'm really excited about it.
And you guys have cocktails there, so people can come by and have a cocktail at the end of the day.
We know where to find beer.
Yeah, so there you go. And I'll be floating around. I'll be there Saturday and then Sunday and then leaving out Monday, I think at this point, not 100% sure yet. But so hopefully I'll see you guys in the hallways. Be probably hanging out around the Temper Sealy space as Sherwood is part of that group, obviously. So can't wait to see some people. That's really exciting. Kinsley,
we're right across the hall. That's a great thing.
Right across
the hall from Tempur-Pedic.
No doubt. So we'll get to see each other for sure. What do you think about market? I mean, it's interesting this year, Kinsley, because you've got nationwide on the calendar for the 14th through the 17th. And then you get to go home. And then that next weekend, you go out for Vegas, or there's another buying group that has a show in competition with Vegas market. So there's a lot of stuff that's happening in the next few weeks inside of this industry. So just make a prediction. How well attended do you think Vegas market is going to be?
My prediction a month and a half ago was very different than where it is now. I think people are going to pick nationwide, or some nationwide primetime in Nashville, or market. I don't think it's going to be both. So, and also with, the uptick in the Delta variant and the changes in the mask mandate in Las Vegas, I think you're going to see mediocre traffic, honestly. So that's not what you hope for when you go into market, but it's like the old refrain. Traffic may be down, but the quality of the traffic is going to be good. No, but that's true though. I really do think that people that are looking for to shore up those supplier relationships, maybe looking for alternative supply, maybe there have been changes in the industry that they acknowledge and they're trying to find new partners. They're going to go out there looking to do some business, and we're going to be there, and others are as well. So I think it will be good quality conversations and good quality traffic, but I do think it's going to be down. And I think it's going to be a slower summer market, and summer market's slow anyway. So that's my prediction.
You make a good point, though. I mean, the people who are going to be there are there with purpose, right? Because there's other things going on. So if they're there, they're probably there to do some business. They're looking for something specific. And a lot of manufacturers these days bring people into their own showrooms, especially now. There's even a lot of virtual stuff that's happening in terms of presentation for products. So, yeah, man, I get that. The mask mandate, I think that should help some people who are afraid of the Delta variant and some of the things going on with COVID. It'll at least give them a little bit more, I don't know, security or a sense of security as they go into that. Although I could see the other side of that too, where if there's a mask mandate in Vegas, people are like, I'm done with the freaking mask and I'm not going anywhere where I have to mask up and be in a mask everywhere I go also.
I'm just used to it at this point.
I could see people having an issue. I think we're used to it, but I think we stopped wearing them. And then, so I think people are now getting used to not wearing them anymore. So I don't know.
Well, what's weird about masks, and this is a total aside, but if you think about ninjas, like just actual ninjas, right? They had their whole body covered. And the only thing that was open was, and I'm not talking about nose mask, but with a ninja, the only thing open was their eyes, right? But then Ninja Turtles, the only thing they covered was their eyes. The rest of them naked. They were turtle naked.
So are you recommending that we go to market naked? Is that the takeaway from that?
If that's your takeaway, and by the way, folks, I think if that's Quinn's takeaway, we can probably get him to parade around the C floor of the 15th floor of the C building. So come and see this. Come and see the show.
No.
You'll at least be able to see his chest tat.
I think we need people to come in. Speaking of hats, I was trying to buy a hat for Nationwide and go to that. And my head is apparently the size of a watermelon. And hats don't fit people like me. That you have to special order hats for melons the size of my hat. So
it's a good old case of watermelon head. I got you.
Oh man. So I don't know, the Vegas thing. I'm glad it's coming up. And here's the good news though. I think between Nationwide and Vegas, it is going to give people a chance to get together. And when that happens, I think there's always good things that come from it. And certainly the retailers out there need a break. They've had a hell of a summer. So if they can get out of their offices and among other people and around some positive energy with people trying to do the same thing that they're trying to do, and they're in a place where they can learn and grow and discover new things, I think that's a positive thing for us. So
I think so too, for sure. And hey, at the Nationwide Primetime show, I want to give a couple of fam members a shout out here. Number one, Andrew Mattman Schlesser. He's got a podcast on fam.news. So head over to fam.news. He's going to be there. So we're going to see him in full Matt suit regalia. He's sleep superhero.
Here we go.
But dude, his podcast on the fam, it gets so much traffic and so much activity because this is a guy that works on the front lines of retail, who has a servant's heart and is super creative with his approach to connecting sleep to the mattress. So definitely go to fam.news and check out Matt Mann's podcast. And also BT and the guys from Good Bed. BT's got, it's called Just Stories of BT. He's got this new episode with a CEO of an Australian company. Her name's Tima. And she went from 500 LinkedIn connections, 500 just a year ago, to over 1 million. 1 million a month. So he's got these really cool creative leaders. He's doing a female leadership series right now. And that's all on. So BT is crushing it. And then the guys from Good Bed, Mike and Jeff.
That episode, though, just real quickly, Brett tells a story about surfing in Australia. And the fact that he was with some guy that like was a guide, and he was telling Brett all about like great whites there, because that's a big thing, and how many people die, from great whites there. And then he like went surfing in the next couple of days. I'm like, no freaking way. I'm gonna like, it's like watching the Jaws movie and then going to the Great Barrier Reef to catch a wave, right? I'm like, no, I'm out. I don't want to hear. I know they're there, but I don't need to know they're there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a great podcast episode. You guys need to listen to that.
Yeah, so check that out. It's up at fam.news. And then, man, Mike and Jeff with Good Bed, all of their episodes are up on fam.news. They did an interview with Casper's CEO, Philip Krim. That's a must listen. They've got a recent episode with Rachel Tronstein, actually Rachel Stewart now, with Gardner White, a great institution in Michigan in retail. Gardner White talking digital transformation, nesting trends. So cool episodes up there. And you can subscribe to every show so you get them direct to your device. And then, of course, every story that we put up on fam.news has an audio version. So go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, search for, our show, and it's going to pop up. You can subscribe. You don't even have to worry about it anymore.
Hey, don't forget about the Good Bed guys at Mike It Up, their interview with the CEO at Purple. I was really impressed with that, actually. I'd never heard him really talk about his business before, but man, he really gets into a lot of good stuff, and his vision for where he wants to take Purple and his past experience, drawing from that, projecting it out into this category. I was really impressed with what they talked about there. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's Joe Megabo. He's the CEO of Purple. So if you go to fam.news, you can search for Joe Megabo. You could probably just search for Purple. It's episode 12. So, man, there's just some it's Mattress podcast heaven.
It is. It's where mattress podcasts go to live in harmony. So
it's angelic.
It is. Hey, by the way, before we get out of here, should we talk at all about the opener for our speech, which could or could not include Matman? So do we want to talk about that, or should we just let it happen?
Well, we'd be talking about something that we haven't really talked about in detail. So that's up to you.
I think we should. So I guess let's suffice it to say that we're in Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, and there will be music.
Will it be good?
No promises.
It's possible.
No promises at all, but there will be music. So,
well, hey, anyway, I enjoy making music with you, even if it sounds slightly nails on a chalkboard, which is possible. But if we get Mattman involved, he's got a sweet, dulcet tones that just emit from his head.
We may get out a guitar and a harmonica and some lyrics that we've thrown together and really bring it. I think that's what we should do.
Well, hey, let's bring it home with this. Thank you for listening to the show. Definitely text us at 843-627-2672, 843-627-2672, and say, I want the research. We're just going to ask you for your name, email, so we can pop it in there and make sure and get you that research. And then behind the scenes, there's going to be more. We're going to be launching a membership level to the fam where you can get insights and exclusive content. We're super pumped about it. That's all coming down the road, but you got to get connected to us. Make sure you're subscribed at fam.news. What else do they need to do, Quinn?
That's it. All I would say is go wherever you listen to the show. Give us a rating. We'd appreciate that. But more importantly, tell someone about the fam, tell a friend, share an episode. Let's spread the information around. This is a campfire where we can all learn from each other and share our ideas. And that's what it's all about. And we hope to see you in either Nashville or Vegas. Come up and say hello.